We know that Kedarnath has seen natural calamity, and it's God's grace that nothing went wrong with the temple because of the stone, what your colleague was mentioning, what we call the beam shila, that came naturally, and they saved that divided the water into two and saved the temple. So it has been the commitment of Prime Minister Modi to rebuild that place and rebuild it to the stature which was much grander and which was much bigger than what was there, and at the same time to ensure if there's a natural calamity like this, that the people around the place can be protected and it becomes a safe place. It's a very old temple. Remember, the heritage goes to the Pandavas' time, and the Jyotirlinga there, it's considered to be a Jagrit Jyotirlinga. That means that it is considered to be a Jagrit means where it is, in a way, it's considered to be a live Jyotirlinga. So the belief of the people in this Jyotirlinga and the belief in the Kedarnath is immense. And if I was reading about the temple some time back, a few years back, and it is believed to be a few hundred years old. I think this is the oldest stone-made temple or structure which existed in Himalayas. And as per some historians, this has been buried under snow for a few hundred years, and the temple is still intact. It was built at the time of Pandavas, which goes back to thousands of years. So it's a very big kendra. It's a very big what I call spot for Asta of the people, and the Prime Minister Modi is just doing to build it to the grandeur what it was before. As there is the faith of 1.5 billion people goes around it. That is what it is. And if you go there in the Kartik Mass, especially after the next day of Diwali, it is considered to be very auspicious. How the Diwali ended yesterday, and today morning is at the place of Baba Kedarnath, and and if you look, people across political lines, people across faiths have been visiting that, because that is the magic of the place. And obviously, and I mean, there is no doubt about it, Prime Minister Modi is a devout Shivak, and he doesn't, hide this thing about him. He's known for his devotion to Lord Shiva. And remember, at the time of the last phase of the election, he went there and did that 17 hours of tapasya, and you know what happened in the last phase. Obviously, he has some very good blessings, and he has some very good, a spiritual connect with the God. And he is, as a devotee, he's doing what he can do best. And if I was in his place or somebody else was, we would have done the same thing. And it's a very welcome step, because this place is the heritage of the India. This place is the heritage of the world. This place signifies our history and the relevance in the world stage. So restoring it to the best possible stature and making it safe, making it grand, making it, worthy for millions of people to come there safely and pay their tributes is what is needed of the hour. And who else can do it except the Prime Minister Modi? And it's a very welcome thing. I'm very, personally speaking, I'm very happy about it. I'm very gung-ho, and I hope and pray then, that 213 kind of incident never ever happens again. And honestly, if you go there and if you see that stone, ma'am, it is a magic, it is a miracle that from where did that stone come, what we call Bhimshila, how did that divide the water into two sides when the whole place got decimated? It is the only Baba Kedarnath who was standing there and intact. That is what is the magic of the place. I mean, nobody could ever answer from where did that stone come and how did that save the temple. Obviously, it is the divinity of the place. I mean, the divinity and the spirituality of the place is beyond question. And that is what Prime Minister Modi believes and endorses it.
Right. Right. Also,
I do. I mean, I'm not very frequent, but I have been at least 4-5 times to the state in the last 4-5 years. You can see the quantum of development which is visible and explicit and which is for the common person to see. First of all, there have been no major corruption scandals. There have been no scandals. Yes, there have been change of chief ministers and all, but that is what party has a political right to do. If I run a political party, I have a right to change a chief minister if I want. So that should not be seen anything negative or anything bad about it. But you see how seamlessly the power shifts within the BJP. I mean, there is no opposition, there are no factions, there is no division. If you look at the Uttaranchal when it was under Congress, Mr. Harish Rawat, and if you compare it after BJP, it has changed a lot. If you see the quantum of development only in Dehradun, if you can see that Rajpur Road and all, you see how beautiful it has come up. The Dehradun Smart City, the development of those areas around Mussoorie, and now Baba Kedarnath is very, very significant, because Mehtaji makes a very significant point. Beyond the Hindu beliefs, what is more important? We have a 150-kilometer border with China. So building roads, making the infrastructure good, making it possible for army to reach, because at the end of the day, you cannot trust China for it. And And ma'am, it is oxymoronic because in this country we have an election after every 6 months. How can you relate anything with the election when the Baba Kedarnath phases were planned in 2014 when Modi ji took over? It is 2021. Did he know कि भाई 2021 में उत्तरांचल में election होगा and the election will be just 3 months before the phase one will end? Then I will go there, then I'll inaugurate, then I'll get benefit in election. I mean, what kind of a calculation is this? Who knows when the election will happen? The important thing is that 3 phases were identified, and the first phase is completed as per the time. If it coincides, if it kind of coincides with the election or something like that, that is a natural outcome. Because I mean, 2 months back or few months back, Mr. Rahul Gandhi was also there. Was he also there for election? Then if we start digging into the election, kind of, if we start seeing everything through the glass of election, then the life will become difficult. Then why are we doing this show? Is it for election? Are we supporting somebody? I mean, then everything will become, 0 and 1, which is not the case. Development will happen today. Hundreds of crores of projects will be announced. That will be for the people of Uttaranchal. And, let us face Prime Minister Modi. He runs a political party. He is the ace politician. And, if something benefits him politically, why not? If something goes wrong, we want to hold him responsible for anything. भाई मोदी जी आप क्या कर रहे हैं? I mean, the whole media, international media will come guns blazing at the drop of a hat. But if Mr. Modi wants to get credit for something which he has done the work, why there is reluctance to give him credit? Why do we see everything through a political prism? That is wrong. It is the development of the country has to go with or without elections. If somebody has delivered on the ground, which is visible and explicit in Baba Kedarnath, where millions and billions of people have faith on, what is wrong in that? Elections to hote rahenge. I mean, is the whole of India is not going to vote in Uttaranchal? The Uttaranchal election will be first fought on the local issues. It will not be fought on, any national issues. But when I live in Haryana, I want to go there. I will go there as an Indian. You will go from Delhi, somebody will go from Tamil Nadu, somebody will go from Calcutta. So when these people are going, they are not bothered about Uttaranchal elections. They don't know what is happening in Uttaranchal Rajniti. Neither they are interested who is going to win or lose in Uttaranchal. What they know, after 2013, Prime Minister Modi in 2014 committed he will build Uttaranchal. And that is what they want to see. And if he has put a lot of sweat and blood in doing that, what your colleague was reporting, that even from Delhi, he was with the help of drones and all, he has been personally monitoring this project because of his faith on Baba Kedarnath, and both Mehtaji rightly says, he has been going there for the last 35 years. So how does everything coincide with the election? That would not be fair to see the development, see the work it has done, see the restoration of the place, which is the epicenter of 1.5 billion people. I see it like that. And if somebody deserves the credit, it's Prime Minister Modi. If he has done the fantastic work, let him take the credit. If it helps him in the election, let that be the case. How can you deny somebody the credit of the work which he has done? I mean, I may wish anything I want, but if you're doing good, you're doing good. If you're doing bad, you're doing bad. It's as simple as that. People are their own judges. Everybody has access to the media. Do you think people are going to influence by you and my talking? No, they will see for themselves. If they have to vote for BJP, they will. If they don't have to, they will not. So let people decide. People of this country are smart enough.
Right.